Hi everybody. How are you all today? It's Linda. Um, Today I wanted to talk to you about Kundalini Awakening. Um, Basically, I had mine 4 years ago, and when this happened to me, I had nobody online. I didn't get online. I didn't know the online world. I didn't have spiritual people in my real life that really could help me about it. Um, I had this experience without very much knowledge about what was happening to me. As a matter of fact, I didn't really know what to call it for a really long time. Um, you know, People get jealous when I say I had this a Kundalini awakening, where I drove through this big red door and had this whole spiritual experience with all of these downloads. Okay, it there are parts of it that were really neat, yes, but the next 4 years after that, or the next 3 years after that, it's actually been the next 4 years. I have been going through a lot of having to learn how to do things differently. Um, all kinds of stuff I have to do differently. My eating had to change. All kinds of things had to change. I had to exercise. I had to do different things. This all came when, because of my Kundalini experience. Because all of a sudden it became important for me to get out of pain. And I was in a lot of pain, you know. It took me into the mental hospital. They put me on these really severe drugs to get me back to earth, they would call it. But it wasn't easy. I mean, yeah, I felt the snake go all the way through me and click me on and everything, and all of that stuff. But I was in bad shape. I had to do some changing in order to get my body to balance with my spirit. Now, the start of your transition or the start of your Kundalini experience is not the end. That is not, oh, yay, you're all awake and you're all good and everything. That's not how it works. It doesn't work that way. It's the beginning of things. It's the beginning of you changing your DNA. It's the beginning of you awakening and getting things in order. It's not the end. It's the beginning. And that means you're going to have to go through a lot of stuff and a lot of learning, okay? It may be a fast forwarded thing. Yeah. I fast forwarded as soon as I had my Kundalini experience. I drove through that big red door. I went into the mental hospital for a week. I ended up into 3 years of classes where I learned how to think better, how to eat better, how to make better decisions, how to change things so that I was not poisoning myself anymore, how to do things in a different kind of a way. So that is what I did. The Kundalini experience is not all, it's not like, it's not fun, by the way. The downloads, yeah, like I felt like in the Matrix, I felt like I was going to pop, And so it had gotten to so bad that I was hallucinating and seeing stuff and acting very strange and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, there was beautiful parts about it. I mean, the animals all being around me and loving me and the insects listening to me and the plants reaching out and grabbing me. Those were all really great things about the experience. But it's not an easy transition, you guys. And you can't just have the experience and go, oh, I'm fixed, I wish it was that well. Maybe you can. Maybe other people do. I don't know. But for me, it wasn't like that. For me, it wasn't all happy, dory, and everything else. And my physical wasn't just like all fixed all of a sudden. I had to go through the experience, go back to stage one, and start over again and learn how to eat better and learn how to stop poisoning myself and learn how to put natural things into me and organic things into me. And that's what I had to do to get to where I felt better and to get to where I had no more pain and to get to where, it didn't feel like I was falling apart every step I took and such, because these foods that we're poisoning ourselves with are in our system, and they're causing these rampant cancers to go through our system, and they're causing us to be extremely extremely sick and diseased. The purpose is they're trying to kill off our bodies so that we can't use them, so that we can't use our bodies with our spiritual to bring to pass our great I am, whatever it is that I am wanting to do, whatever it is that you want to do, or anything like that. If we don't have our physical vessels with us, we cannot create our missions here. We can't do anything. Do you understand? We become the unseen. We become one of the angels that will help the other ones create, the ones that have a physical body. That's why it's important to have our physical body. But if we don't take care of ourselves and love our physical bodies, then and we don't keep them about us because we don't think about taking care of them, and we don't keep them with us, then we can't use them to teach with. It's plain and simple. It's that simple. Other people, like, we become an angel to where, yeah, we become the unseen that can communicate with other people like me who are empathic and such, but what good is that? Now all of a sudden you lost the ability to create and manifest because you don't have a body anymore. So, it's really, really good, all of this spiritual stuff, to be enlightened and everything, but don't think that that's the end game, because it's not. That's not the end game. You don't get enlightened and that's all that she wrote. You need to fix yourself. You need to love yourself. You need to give yourself more love than you have ever given anybody. And you need to love yourself in that way and give that self of yours more love than you've ever given anybody. Until you love yourself more than anything else, you can't even take time to go out and try to give advice to other people, because you need to work on you. And that's the most important thing. So getting these things right, it's important, because these the dark cabal is using these things to control us. They are using these poisons in our food to kill our bodies so that we can't do what we need to. So yes, you need to think about this. It's not like you go through an awakening and all of a sudden you're all cured and everything's all rosy. No, you've got to work at it. You've got to change things about yourself. And it's a long process. It doesn't happen overnight. It never happens overnight. That's not the way it works. I have been being taught patience since I got to this earth, of be patient, Linda, be patient, Linda, be patient, and I am being as patient as I can be. But you guys, it took me a really, really long time, a lot of patience, to get to this moment where we're all ascending, okay? But if we don't have our bodies, we're just part of the unseen. And yeah, we might still be able to create and co-create, but we can't create our own without these bodies. And we need these bodies to create. I gotta go, and it's probably too long, but I love you all. I'll talk to you later.